Hey, this is Jeannie with JD Horror. Horror is hard for me to say. And I watch horror shows and horror TV shows, movies and shows, let you know what you think so that you can decide maybe it's worth you watching, maybe it's not. Let's get into it. So I just got through watching all three seasons of two sentence horror stories. Yeah, so the quality of these really varied by episode. It so depended on episode. What the heck? Um, it varied big time, like big time, um, on episodes. So, and the quality of the acting depended on the episode too. So season one had Gentleman, which was pretty good. It was kind of a psychological thing. Really good twist at the end. And that's all I'll say about that because I don't want to give away any of it. You guys are watching. So Gentleman was really good. I recommend totally watching that one. Squirm was really good, kind of a emphasis on the Me Too movement and a shady guy. Girl wasn't sure whether she was roofied and raped or whatever, and she kept thinking that something was in her, uh, and was stalked in a really creepy way. And in the end, it was one of those feminine revenge type stories. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Let's see. Legacy. Legacy was pretty good. I liked it quite a bit. That one, and some of these had like really dark, not good endings, and then some of these, had feel good-ish type endings. Legacy had a fairly feel good-ish type ending. Hyde, um, Hyde had kind of a cliffhanger-ish ending. It was a home invasion. With that one, the nanny was the hero in it. Nanny pretty much killed the killers. Oh no, she didn't kill him. She almost killed him, and then at the end, they show up at her house. Let's see. Scion. Scion was weird. Scion was kind of a twist on the um rich people rich people worship Satan or aliens or whatever type, in that there's something nefarious behind people that have money. That was really interesting. Tutorial was one of the better ones. It was done pretty much like this if I were murdering somebody in the background. It was set up like a dark web tutorial. That one was really interesting in that it had a nice twist in it too. In fact, quite a few of these had a pretty big twist in it. Um, Only Child was pretty good. The little kid in Only Child was good. One of the things that bothered me about Only Child episode is a lot of times they portray people with asthma and they're like constantly using their inhalers. And if you have asthma, you just know that's bullshit. That's not really true. I mean, you use your inhaler and then you're fine for a number of hours. And for some reason, these directors of these shows, they're like they had asthmatics going, then 5 minutes later, then 5 minutes later, and it's just not realistic. So I find bullshit like that distracting. An example of that is in one of the Wolverine movies. And I know this is just something from somebody that works in healthcare bitching about stuff, and I don't represent my work in any way. So if you know where I work, don't come at me. But in the Wolverine movie, they had said something about they gave the Wolverine's wife hydrochlorothiazide and it made her heart slow down. Well, if you know anything about medicine at all, you know that would just make her pee like crazy. And so I if they're gonna go somewhere with a detail like an asthmatic or using a medication or something, I would much rather them actually research and give valid information. And that's across the board with like anything, right? Research it, give valid information, because if not, if you're in the audience and you know anything about that type of subject, then it just totally screws up the suspension of disbelief and just ruins it. So Little Monsters. Oh, Little Monsters was really good. Nice twist at the end. It was really good in that, of course, they made the kids the monsters, although the adults were the monsters, and nobody believed the kid. I really liked that one. Let's see.
Here because
Season 2. The character in season 2, I mean, some of these were kind of like cheesy, like bad episodes of Creep Show. I mean, that's exactly what it was like. It was like Creep Show or Twilight Zone or something like that. Some of the episodes are better than the others, because Twilight Zone was like that too. The Bagman character itself was really cool in that it was super tall and creepy looking, and it had some like weird body movements that I thought were super awesome. I thought it was a good character. Stuff like that, when I don't necessarily know where the character came from, when they're just like random, I understand that's an aspect of horror sometimes that makes it scary. Sometimes that aspect bothers me. And in the Bagman story, that's one of the things that got me. It was just this random bag with a dude in it that popped out that had, runes all over his bald head. And that part, I don't know. Stories like that, I feel like the beginning of it's confusing enough that my own questions distract me from the story of it. Anyway, Elliott I thought was a really nice twist on kids being bullied. Elliott's about a trans little boy who is just being tortured by the kids that he's around, and how he dealt with it. I mean, it was pretty good. The acting was pretty good in it. I actually really like that one. Let's see. Instinct. Instinct did a great job of going inside women's minds when we have overactive imaginations. And is it really an overactive imagination, or is the woman's instinct actually right on? So it did a really good job in kind of making you think, well, maybe you doubt yourself and maybe you don't. I like that. Let's see. Imposter. That one, I don't know. I thought that was cheesy and lame. It was just, I don't know. It it was all based on a cultural disc, like a charm that this guy was given, and he was kind of in denial of his culture. And I don't know. That was kind of like, I don't know. It offended me. Kind of. I don't know. I didn't like it. Quota. Quota was okay. It was kind of cheesy. It was a twist on a zombie story, and I don't know. That one I could have done without. I probably would have skipped over that one if I would have known what it was like. Wasn't real crazy about that one. Uh, Fix. Fix, I thought was a really good short story. The sister was portrayed as a druggie who had caused the death of the parents, and the brother was having a hard time getting over it. And he went to kind of go reconciling everything. The twist at the end, I felt like was really good. Thought that one was really good. Essence. The actors were pretty good in Essence. This one to me was kind of I don't know. I don't know if a trope is the right word that I'm looking for, but this one I feel like it kind of been done quite a bit. You're stealing the essence of the youth to keep people looking young and beautiful. That one just didn't really do it for me. El Muerto. I thought El Muerto was good. The kid's acting was, I mean, but it's a little kid, right? The kid that played the ghost in this one, the little boy in the ghost, thought that was really scary. the camera angles on this one were scary. The way the kid ran down the dark hallway in the morgue and you couldn't see what was around the corner and stuff. I liked that one. Beige. Uh, I probably would have watched this one again. It was, I don't know. It had a like the stereotypical dude in a monster costume. One of the things that bothered me about this one, and it's such a simple thing that bothered me, but they had like claw hands, and the monster was reaching around in hospice. There was this little old lady in hospice, and the thing was, you're trapped in a hospital bed, and this thing's coming to get you and kill you, and you can't respond. It was, kind of along one of those stories. But when it touched the bed, the rubber on the finger went, it's like been all weird and stuff. And that one split second just ruined the whole story for me. I know that's the stupidest thing to bitch about, but it ruined it for me because it touched the bed and the finger went from it having from the rubber on the finger being open. I don't know. I just didn't like it. Manifest Destiny. This one was okay. It's a story about haunted items and people being trapped in a reenactment of a town. This one I probably wouldn't have watched if I would have known what it was like. It soured me right off, in that one of the guys that was playing the Native American or Indian guy in it, whatever terminology you're most comfortable with, was a white dude with blue eyes, and automatically I was just like, oh my God. So I don't know. I wouldn't have watched that one again if I'd have watched it. I don't know. I just wouldn't have. Crush. I thought Crush was really, really good. These are the old ladies, the twins from the American Horror Story freak show thing. I think both of these ladies are really good actresses, and they're just kind of inherently creepy. And the hoarder environment that they lived in was just shit just everywhere. And one of them had a pet rat, and the other sister kept killing the rat. Uh I really like this one. This was one of my favorite ones. In fact, I actually watched this one first and ended up watching all 3 seasons because I liked this one. Plant Life. The only thing I liked about this one was the ending. I felt everything else went in it was like really cheesy and stupid. I don't know. The ending of it was interesting-ish, but everything else in it, it just felt like they went to Michael's or Hobby Lobby or something and took a bunch of plastic plants, and the guy was like, I just didn't, I wasn't feeling that one at all. Toxic was the whole, prank goes too far. Dead guy comes back and haunts everybody because it went too far. That one was just so like cliche. I don't think I would have watched it again. I didn't get that one at all. Tea Time was really cool and really creepy. The little kid in it was super creepy. A lot of people are freaked out by dolls, and dolls in particular who've been like jacked up and had the heads ripped off and stuff like that. And whoever did the prop design on this one did a damn good job because these dolls were so fucked up, like so messed up. So yeah, Tea Time and Crush were probably the two best ones. I really, really liked it. Let's see, what is this other one? Tea. I know Teeth was a twist on a werewolf story, but it was so bad, like I can't even really remember it. I remember red contact lens, and that's all I remember about that one. So evidently, probably want to skip that one because It was so bad I can't even remember what the story is. And I'm looking at the synopsis right there, a little thing. Let's see. The Killer Inside. I think that one's the same way. That one was so lame. I can't remember even what that one was about, really. The Patel Motel Cartel sucked. It was absolutely horrible. It was so stupid. They tried to make it kind of a Men in Black type thing, but the makeup on it was like really bad, like really, really bad. So freaking cheesy. So cheesy. It was bad. It was bad. I mean, my no, like my little 10-year-old and 2-year-old neighbor could have painted their face with discount makeup from Walgreens and done a better job. It was awful. It was really bad. Uh Erased, and some of these tried to make in fact, quite a bit of these stories tried to make a commentary on culture or culture being precious, that type of thing. And then I felt like they just kind of missed it. And I mean, they're only 20-minute episodes. So, I mean, how much of a story can you tell in a 20-minute episode? But Tea Time proves that you can do a good story in a 20-minute episode and not divulge, all the background or anything. And so did Crush. Both of those had really good comprehensive stories that were either really creepy or really spooky. They did a really good job. The idea behind Erased was really good, but they took when they erased this woman, it was like they had her and then they slowly put her in front of green screen and just, slowly painted her finger with green or something to make it look like it disappeared, and it just didn't work for me. It did not work for me at all. Heirloom. Heirloom, I felt it was good. It was good. The kid and the dad acted really well in it. It was, I mean, it was the story behind it was cheesy-ish. Spoiler alert, the tree lived on blood, but only the blood of Black people. I mean, that was kind of like, really? I, that I thought was stupid, but the overall acting and stuff, I felt like kind of saved it. And the where did the kid go? And it was haunted because of everybody who had been tortured on that land. That part I felt was good. Homecoming. That one was okay. It had a monster in it, El Coco, and the dad had written stories on El Coco, but he had summoned the demon with his anger. And it was one of those, I mean, sci-fi face-off makeup, you know, suit with a bunch of prosthetics. And so for the budget, it was good. And compared to like the Patel Motel, it was so much better. The makeup on this one was so much better. The makeup on the Abiji was so much better. I mean, it was okay. It just wasn't the best I'd ever seen. So that's what I think about it. Y'all go watch them. Let me know what you think. I would definitely recommend, if you didn't have time to watch all of them, or if you just wanted to go check out and see, okay, well, the top of the top in the whole series, I would watch Crush and Tea Time, and that'll give you an idea and if you go into it expecting that it's just going to be, like a creep show with a budget or a something along those lines, then you won't be disappointed. Thank you guys so much. I love you. Please follow, like, share, subscribe, all that other social media great stuff. I am Redheaded Horror. I have such a strong accent. Redheaded Horror on Instagram, and Redheaded Horror in text on TikTok. So please like, share, subscribe. I really appreciate it. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day.